Up, everybody? I'm Marcus.
I'm Orion.
And together, we are the Northwest Sports Fanatics. You already know what it is. Today is Wednesday, Greatwood Wednesday. Two-time All-Big Sky. Wide receiver from Montana State and the Oakland Raiders. Training for Leading Edge Advantage out there in Cali, Richard Greatwood. Also, our Northwest Sports Fanatics fam, Kellen Alley, a.k.a. the Seattle Sports Guru, on the show today. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I love you guys, man. This is changing my life.
All right, appreciate you for coming on. Now, we got a variety of things we want to go over here. We want to start with the MLB. The All-Star game was just this last night. We want to start with your guys' favorites to win the World Series this year. Now, I'll start off. My favorite, I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. Best record in baseball so far, 57-36. With Wainwright, Shelby Miller, Lance Lyon. Between those three guys, they're 30-14 with a combined ERA under 3. Throw in Allen Craig with 74 RBIs and Yadier Molina, and they're looking like the favorites. Also, they're going to get Chris Carpenter back here pretty soon. Now, Kellen, who is your favorite you think is going to win the World Series this year?
Well, fellas, I'm taking it back to when I first got into baseball, man, and I used to watch a lot of wrestling and Ted Turner on WCW and the Braves, and I watch TBS all the time, and I'm taking it back in time. I think the Braves are going to take it this year. 8-1 favorites as far as, the odds currently. I think what they've been marred by this whole season has been injuries, yet they're still, I believe they have 54 wins right now. They've had Justin Upton out, they've had DJ Upton out, they've had Hayward out, they've had Evan Gattis out, and all those guys are starting on any team in baseball, yet they've still won. So what that tells me is they've had a lot of guys contribute early, and in the long season of baseball, they have guys that have already had a lot of game experience. They didn't prepare to have that much. They'll be ready to go deep along with Kimbrel, who might be the coldest save guy in the game. I love their balance of young and old, and Freddie Gonzalez under the tutelage and Bobby Cox for those years. I think he's ready to go. They're going to take one home for Teddy.
All right, sounds good. Now, Rick, who is your favorite to win the World Series this year?
Oh, I got to start the show, man, with Ryan himself. And Marcus, please say the A Hill. Man, appreciate y'all having me on. But Detroit Tigers, yeah, that's the sleeper. And I'm a big baseball guy, so I gotta go American League and National League. I'm gonna go with Detroit because right now they're just their hitters are hitting. A lot of guys over 300. They got a powerful lineup. You got the MVP candidate right there, Cabrera. And you got the pitchers right there. Verlander, he's like the best pitcher on the squad right now. When it gets to the playoff time in baseball, you pretty much need about 2 to 3 aces, if that. So them two guys are dominating right now. In the National League, I hate to say it, I'm going to choke myself after I get off this phone. The Dodgers are scary, and they're coming, man. The lineup is very scary. They're starting to heat up at the right time. Towards this August time, towards September, the lineups can't pitch around. Good pitchers, good ace, and Clayton, who's going to bring his A game. Those are my two teams. I'm sorry I had to go around a question and pick two, but those are my two teams right there.
All right, great choices. Don't forget about Prince Fielder out there in Detroit. Now, Orion, who is your favorites here to win the World Series?
All right, first off, I got to say Kellen, and you guys are like one of my favorite guests to have on here. Every time you guys come on, you guys always put on a good show. Gatewood, Kellen, I love you guys. I'm going to drop some knowledge bombs right now. So first off, I'm going to go Detroit as well. So Gatewood, you and me are always on the same page. I don't know why. Me and Kellen are on the same page too most of the time. But Detroit Tigers, you're 52-42. I think they're going to play the Cardinals, in the World Series. The team that usually wins the All-Star game has that home field advantage. That's the team that wins the game. So if the Tigers can take care of business, Jim Leyland, great manager, Hall of Fame. You got Cabrera, maybe a triple crown winner 2 years in a row. You got Max Scherzer, you got Verlander, you got Doug Fister, you got Prince Fielder. I just don't really see them slowing down anytime soon. The only piece that they need to win the World Series is a closer. And if you look at their whole lineup, they don't have one. So before the trade deadline, make sure to watch the Detroit Tigers and see if they pick up a closer, because if they do, it's a wrap. They are going to win the World Series. But I think with the Cardinals, they got Beltran, Freese, Wainwright. You got a really good lineup there as well. So I think those teams will meet up. No Tony La Russa, no Pujols, but they proved that they don't need those managers or players to get to that point. But I think Detroit Tigers are my surprise, or maybe not surprise pick, but pick to go to that World Series and take it all.
All right, sounds good. Now let's move on to the next topic. I'm itchy over here. Ryan got the Bucks jersey on. We ready for football. I'm ready for some football. Now, my favorite team, the Redskins. Ryan is the Bucks. Rick, you roll with the 49ers, and out there in Seattle, Kellen going with the Seahawks. Now, one player from your favorite team this year that needs to show out for your team to be successful. Now, for my team, the Washington Redskins, I'm going to go with Leonard Hankinson. It's his third year out of the University of Miami. He's been plagued by injuries and drops right now. My Skins not real good at drafting wide receivers. Michael Westbrook and Rod Garner, Devin Thomas, Malcolm Kelly. Hank did have a decent year last year, 38 catches, 543 yards with 3 touchdowns. But for us to take it to that next level, we're going to need you to show out this year, Hank. Now, Kellen, who's the one player on your favorite team that needs to show out for y'all to be successful out there?
Well, let me preface it first by saying, as a guest, I try to play within the rules, and when you guys say one particular thing or one team, I try to pick one. But since you guys have opened it up early by picking two, in the previous question, I was ready today, and my answer for Seattle Seahawks, my squizzy, is Russell Okung and James Carpenter, and I'm gonna count them as one. You got draft picks that were used very early on both of those guys. They have a total combined service in the league of 5 seasons. Out of those 5 seasons, their average games played per season is 10.6. So going into this year, you're saying, wow, we're losing half of our line for 5 games, right? I mean, just by numbers, I believe we finished with 11 wins last year. So imagine if they're healthy. Will it put us over the top? I believe so. With all the playmakers we have on both sides of the ball, if we can protect, we all know our quarterback is a great decision maker, and if you give him time, watch out. Marshawn Lynch, wow, he did all that with minus his 2 best linemen. What's beach mode gonna be? Man, I might bathe myself in skills every time.
All right, great knowledge there, man. All right, now Rick, who is a player from your favorite team that needs to show out this year for y'all to be successful out there in the Bay?
I'm gonna keep it rolling with the 2 players. I have to, man. It's so hard for you to pick one player on the football team. I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna put them a combo like Kellen just did. The 32-year-old vets, and that's Namdi Asamoah and Anquan Bolden. Who have to step up to the plate. Anquan has to step up with Michael Crabtree being out right now with an Achilles injury. He has to lead that receiving core, man, and show him how to do things, coming off a Super Bowl win. You got to bring that to the locker room. And Namdi, he got to show himself again, man. With him and the Raiders, when he was at his dominant peak, he has to come back after 2 disappointing years in Philly, and he has to show himself off and take over that role on the opposite end and take Terrell Brown's spot, the opposite Carlos Rogers, and make things happen as the number 1 D in the NFL. And yes, I said it, number 1 D in the NFL over the Seattle Seahawks. So that's my 2 picks, the 32-year-old vets. I have to interject real quick. I respect your pick. I'm not going to talk about that. But Namdi, it's interesting, little side note, he just married Kerry Washington, who's arguably the baddest American woman in the game. Will his focus be there? I think he's ready for that transition to Hollywood. We know he's an intellect. He's been in California twice. Keep your eyes on Namdi. I don't know where his head's at.
All right. Thanks for that. Now, Ryan, I don't know how you're gonna top that there, but
wow, man.
But, who's one player on your favorite team that needs to show out for the Bucks to be successful?
All right, first I gotta throw up the gloves. Tampa Bay Bucks. You know, I'm rooting for them this year. I've had injuries year after year after year. Haven't made the playoffs since '07. Seems like every time I get close, I get let down. So everyone can say Darrelle Revis. You know, you can go that. You can go Josh Freeman. But I'm not going to make it as easy as everyone thinks. So I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go Daquan Bowers. And I'm going to go Adrian Claiborne. These guys let me down. They got injured. You know, season-ending injuries. I need these guys to step up. You know, Daquan Bowers, 13 tackles, 3 sacks. They let Michael Bennett go, Kellen. Your Seattle Seahawks stole Michael Bennett away from me. You know, broke my heart. You know, took him away in free agency. But they are expecting big things from Bowers. You know, that's why he slipped in the draft. Early on in the draft, he was projected number 1 pick. Had the knee issues, and the leg issues, and he dropped a little bit in the draft. But 10 sacks or more, that's what Shiano's expecting. So I expect that from him as well. Adrian Claiborne, I expect close to 10 sacks from him as well. And if I can get both of those players to play on point, I think that's going to leave more pressure for Barron to cheat up on the line, maybe 8 in the box. You got Revis, you got Goldson. Sorry, Rick. Snooing your players away too, but hey, I need to make a playoff push. You guys, always go to the playoffs. Me and Marcus, we never go to the playoffs. We're just getting there. So, it's time for the young bloods to make a little run, and those are my 2 players that I feel that are going to make the change to make them to the playoffs.
All right, everybody trying to show me up. Y'all go 2, I went 1. So let me throw another curveball up in there. I'm going to go Brian Arakpo then for my Skins, man. He coming back from injury. Him on the opposite side of Ryan Kerrigan over there, one of the best outside linebacker tandems in the league. All right, so now the NBA Summer League going on right now, where most of the rookies getting to play and show a little bit of what they got. And let's go some of the steals of the NBA draft so far. With me, I'm gonna start with Tony Snell, the forward out of New Mexico. He's on the Chicago Bulls right now. He's a good 3-point shooter. He can slash to the bucket, and he also can defend multiple positions. Now, with Luol Deng on his way out, either they're going to trade him either this year or he's a free agent after next year. I think they got a real good steal out there with drafting Tony Snell. Now, Kellen, so far, who is one of your steals of this NBA draft?
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you call it the steal, but I feel like the Charlotte Bobcats, anything they do that produces is a steal because they suck and they always suck. Before MJ. So I'm going to say the steal of the draft right now to me is Cody Zeller. Right? He's averaging 16 points, 9.3 boards, right? And have you seen a 7-footer run the floor with that much range since Dirk Nowitzki? I believe he's a Dirk Nowitzki 2.0 with a little bit of toughness because his game is more Americanized. It's a youth movement down there, so he's not, he's going to battle for playing time for Izzy. So you go with him and Bismack Biyombo to go 2 7-footers, 1 offensive line and 1 defensive line. What are you going to do down there? They have flexibility. And I think that, as far as Summer League goes and what these boys are doing and what I think to project from that, I like Cody Zeller.
All right. Nice choice there. Now, Rick, you want to go with one of your steals of this NBA draft so far?
Wow. I have to battle you with that one, Kellen. You mentioned Dirk Nowitzki, and I was going to say that with my steal of the draft out there in Boston. Kelly holding it, man. The guy Canada. Yeah, the Canadian. Exactly. We went to school around your area, but man, the guy has the outside shot, man, driving ability, low block game. I think he was a steal at number 13, man, for Boston. And Boston's gonna make some noise, man. Brad Stevens at the helm. A lot of people on their team now. I think everybody's sleeping on them like they just gonna be the outcasts of the Eastern Conference, man. I got them making the playoffs, man. I got Rondo coming back. They got Gerald Wallace. They got Jeff Green. They got Marshawn Brooks. All these guys are slept on in a sense. So Kelly's gonna fit right into that system, man. He's gonna make it happen, man. So I got Kelly Olynyk as the steal of the draft, and he's having an amazing summer league in Vegas.
All right, Rick. Now, Orion, who's your steal of this NBA draft so
All
far?
right, so Ben McLemore started off a little slow, played good. Maybe I'm a little biased, so I gotta go C.J. McCollum for the Blazers. He's played really well. Wesley Matthews is in trouble. His starting position is gonna be taken at some point once he gets injured or not. He threw up 27 against the Bulls, made him look ridiculous. Put up 22 against the Suns. So I'm thinking at some point, I don't know how many games, 20, 25, that he will get that starting spot. Shooting guard, 6'3", 200 pounds, 21 years old. He's a senior. He's got leadership. He's from a small school. Whenever I look at him, I think you would agree. Who do you see when you see C.J. McCollum? A Brandon Roy clone. You don't see anybody that plays like Brandon Roy nowadays. He's a clone. He has a good jumper. His crossover is ridiculous. And he's got this kind of speed that's undermatched. You look at him and he looks like, he's slow, but then he kind of starts and stops like Russell Westbrook, and he can turn it on in an instant. And I think C.J. McCollum, he might be that steal of the draft. And even if he puts up 15 a game, that's going to make the Blazers better. We do need better defense. We need a better coach. But if we can get scorers, that's really what we need. And I think with Lillard and McCollum in the backcourt, man, we have the playoffs in our future. Maybe not this year, but in the next couple years, that 7, 8, 6 spot, we should be there.
All right, yeah, with McCollum and Lillard, things are definitely looking up out here in Portland. Now, let's get to my favorite part of the show. This is the time you can call out whoever you want, get it off your chest. I'm going to start off with my Washington Nationals. You're only 48 and 47. You was picked by many to win the World Series this year. Your team, we batting 241 percentage. That's bad. We only got 86 RBIs. We paid Jason Worth over $100 million. We gave Zimmerman over $100 million. We brought in Denard Span. We got Iman Desmond. We got Bryce Harper, Adam LaRoche. So there is no reason we should be averaging only 3.8 runs a game. And our pitching is giving up 3.58. So that's not a good combination there. And I'm calling out the Washington Nationals. Maybe y'all can get it together and make a run in the second half. Now, Kellen, anybody you want to call out right now?
Well, I'm going to follow suit with you, and I'm going to keep it on the diamond. I'm sounding off. I like to keep it local for these personalized times right here. And I'm going to talk about the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle fucking Mariners. Home of Griffey and A-Rod and Randy and Robert Bonniers again. Come on, guys. What type of product are we putting out there? Shit. Come on, Nintendo. Open up those pockets. Sorry for the language. I know it's a family show, but I love baseball. I haven't been to a game, and there's nobody whose jersey I would wear except for Felix, but I don't like to wear people's jerseys of positions I don't play, whatever sport it is. And I can't pick. My arm is garbage. So I have no hitters. I'm not rocking with the Bonniers because I can only wear that for 1 year, maybe 2, till he's 45. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm done, guys.
Hey, Kellen, hey, you forgot to mention today Adam Jones. What are we doing, man? Adam Jones. Why?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
So consistent. We're so consistently garbage.
Randy Johnson, see you later, Hall of Famer. Omar Vizquel, Hall of Famer. Ken Griffey Jr., Hall of Famer. Adam Jones, maybe Hall of Famer. Great franchise.
And on top of things, what about Bob Melvin? Coach of the Year? I think we used to have him, too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel your pain, Kellen.
Yeah, Orion is a big Seattle Mariner fan too, so yeah, I definitely get to hear about how much the Seattle Mariners are doing bad all year round. Now, Rick, anybody you want to call out?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna cool off the panel right quick. I could easily say I'm calling out the San Francisco Giants, but I think they're gonna give a late surge, man, like we always do. But I'm gonna call out Mitch Kupchak, general manager of the Lakers. He's pissing me off. It is July 17th. I should be saying that's a year from now, but you better make some moves next year. And I'm pissed you're not going to this year and sign anybody, man. There was plenty of free agents out there for you to sign. You better pick up Nate Robinson. You better pick him up from off our bench. And next year, if you don't land Melo, LeBron, any of them two names, I'm coming back on the show July 17, 2014, and it's going to be more extreme than this. where I'm going to need a call out for at least 5 minutes of action. You'll have to do a whole calling out. Mitch Kupchak. All right, all right, guys. I have to listen to that. Listen to my name. Listen to that guy's name. He sucks. Mitch Kupchak.
All right. And Kellen, I still hate David Stern. All right. No, Orion, anybody you want to call out here?
Wow, so much hate from you guys, man. I don't even know if I can keep up with you guys. So much hate in your voices. But you know what? I got to go with first. I got to throw the gloves up. Tampa Bay, Buccaneers, and I got to stick with my team. I got to call out Connor Barth. What are you doing? Right? I need you going into this year. You're playing some charity basketball game, and you tear your right Achilles? Really? You're out for the season? Thank God Lawrence Hines was available, and I can actually get a kicker that maybe can make some kicks for me. But what are you doing, man? You can't even play basketball. You can't even dribble, shoot, rebound. What are you doing? Who asked you to play in a celebrity game? You're not even a celebrity. I need you to play for Tampa Bay Bucks, 10-6, make that 6 position in the wild card. What are you doing? But luckily I got Lawrence Hines, so at least I'm not too pissed. You know what I mean? But Connor Barth, he's a good kicker. That right Achilles killed me, though. He's 84.3% since 2009, one of the best in the NFL. But the good thing for Lawrence Hines, he's 190 for 233. He is a vet. He went 46 for 46 in extra points last year. 33 for 39 in field goals last year. So that's pretty solid. He was second in the NFL, if you didn't know. So at least I got someone that's a vet. And, he may not be as good as Connor Barth, but come on, Connor, you can't play basketball. Stick to your sport. Come on, man. You like that? You like that, Kellen? You like that, Gatewood? You like that?
I love it. Hey. But the thing is, the new thing, guys, in America, we only do it for 5 minutes a week.
All right. Now, that's our show today. You can follow me on Twitter, MarcusHill_NWSF.
And Orion_NWSF.
Hit us up on Facebook.com/NW Sports Fanatics.
And we want to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsors. We love the support and all the energy that we're getting from everybody. We appreciate it.
All right. Also hit us up on Instagram @NW Sports Fanatics. Shout out to my man Banner Bob for the banner in the background. You can hit him up at signshack.net. I'm Marcus, and this is Orion, and together we are
Northwest Sports Fanatics.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.